Hey there, guys. It's Mia here. I am so excited. I am so excited about this live today. I'm going to speak very clearly on how to live your life intentionally on purpose, how to live your life intentionally and on purpose. I'm Mia Redrick, business and life coach. I got started in my company like over 20 years ago, and I made a decision that I wanted to live my life on purpose. And I know that this live is going to absolutely support you because likely you are like me. You've had these ideas of what it is that you want to do in your life. You want to be fully expressed, doing the things that you love. And somehow, just somehow, you find that you're doing everything else for everyone else, but you're not doing everything that you need for yourself. If that's you, I want you to say, that's me, Mia. I am so excited to be here today. This topic was just on my heart today. And as always, I'm going to share with you the honest truth, what has happened for me over the years and what I've been able to witness as a coach to women, top achievers, high achievers who have made that transition from wanting to do something to actually doing it. And I promise you that tonight I'm going to be very honest. And so if I step on your toes a little bit, just know it's all in love. And my only goal is to support you with showing up for yourself and not making excuses because time is not promised. Are we clear? If we're clear, I want you to write, we're clear. It's going to be an interactive live today. And no matter what platform you're on today, I want you to just listen and do, right? Like literally listen to what I'm sharing with you. And then I want you to think about what can I do to change how I'm showing up for myself. I'm so excited that you're clear. I'm so excited that you guys are joining in on the conversation here. All right. So for those of you who are new on my lives, it's nice to virtually meet you. And I just want to share with you a little bit of my story. And for those of you who already know my story, you could just sing along with me. I started my company 20 years ago, and I made a decision to go to work as myself. And what's interesting, actually, is that my youngest son turned 18 on yesterday. Big deal for us. And when Matthew was in nursery school, I made a promise to myself that by the time he was going to school full time, full days, that I would figure out this entrepreneurial thing. And maybe you're like me. When I got started, I wanted to figure it out. Now I created a transition plan for myself. And I wanted to figure out how could I, one, build a business where I could work from the comfort of my home or anywhere that I chose. Because I wanted to be able to show up for my family in the way that I chose to. I wanted to be able to date my husband in the middle of the day the way I wanted to. And I wanted to be able to show up for myself. And I couldn't see how in conventional models I would be able to do that. Two, I also wanted to figure out how could I take all of my amazing experience, one as a corporate trainer, two as a mom, and how might I be able to package it to and bring it to market to serve other people. I had these really great mom systems. And women would ask me all the time, wherever I would go, how is it that you always have time for yourself? And I decided to package my soft skill. And so that was my very first business. I started as a mom coach, and under that brand, the Mom Strategist, built an amazing business, got signed to Emmy nominated, nationally syndicated television shows as paid talent as the Mom Strategist. And equally did a number of corporate deals with Fortune 100 and 500 brands. I learned the power of going to work as myself. And so if that's you and something you've been wanting to do, you're going to love what I'm going to share with you tonight, because I am just going to talk about the importance of showing up for yourself and living your life on purpose in opposed to by default. And I remember I took this idea of mom coaching to a small business resource center in my town. And when I did, the director of the Small Business Resource Center told me that my idea did not make any sense. Actually, he told me that no one would ever pay me to do what I ended up doing, on television, what I ended up doing doing corporate deals, what I ended up doing building my very first multiple six-figure coaching practice, coaching moms. And I say this because Maybe you've got a great idea. No one around you has ever seen someone doing what you want to do, but it doesn't mean it's not possible. I'm telling you, I'm so grateful that I didn't listen to him and that I created that transition plan and I did it anyway. And as a result of building that business and loving my business and coaching moms and running events and never ever selling coaching for low ticket. So you got to think this is 20 years ago, and I always worked from home, and I always sold my coaching for high ticket. So this is like unheard of. High ticket to me means $2,500 or more. And I want you to listen to me because I want you to understand, look, if you're already out there coaching and you're doing what you're doing and you're underselling and undervaluing what you're doing and you're frustrated in the business, the reason why you're frustrated is because you're undervaluing your gifts, your education, your expertise, and it's not adding up. It's not worth your time. And if that is resonating, I want you to say, like, that's resonating. But anyway, fast forward, built an amazing business. I had so many women that said to me, Mia, I want you to show me how to make my book a bestseller. Mia, show me how to get a corporate deal. Mia, show me how to build an amazing multiple six-figure high ticket coaching program. And so I said, okay. And that's how I entered the world of business coaching specifically. And thank you, darling. And specifically, and so I get you. Like I did not understand the following components about running a business online. I knew as a corporate trainer that if I would get in front of an audience, I had the ability to take any knowledge and show you how to package it at the highest level into a course or curriculum or licensing content, because professionally, that's what I did. What I didn't know 20 years ago was how in the world am I going to, from the comfort of my home, attract my audience? And so I used a lot of really organic ways via social media when we were using Twitter and we had these limited characters and all of that. And that's how I filled my coaching programs. And I was not high tech at all, right? And like zero tech. And so I needed ways that were really simple and not complicated funnels and all of this in order for me to grow my business. And one of the things that I learned is that authenticity literally was my superpower. The reality was the reason that my coaching programs always stayed full. The reason that from the very beginning, even 20 years ago, with little to no tech skills, that I did exceptionally well was because I was only teaching what I knew. Okay. And I promise you, if you focus not on what anybody else is doing, but you focus on those authentic gifts that you have inside of you, you too will be an amazing success at whatever it is that you want to do. So now, if you're ready, I want you to write, I'm ready, because you do need to be ready for a great message. And my message tonight is all about how to show up for yourself on purpose. I wanted to share my story with those of you who have just met me and maybe you don't know my story. My husband developed kidney disease about 15 years ago and went on dialysis, and it was a really scary time for me. And one of the things that I came to understand was because I had built my business when I didn't need it, when I needed the business, when I needed my time, I had built the business properly, I could be there for my family in ways unimaginable, right? Like literally. And I just want more people to have options for themselves, not hype options, real options. And so it's what I do. I share with my clients today exactly what I've done to build an amazing business where I work from the comfort of my home or anywhere that I choose. And I get to do work I absolutely love. And I know that you want to do work that you love, you want to go to work as yourself, and that you probably have got some missing pieces as it relates to how to be able to do that. So what does that mean when that happens? It means that a lot of times we settle. And maybe you're in that place right now where you're settling for the grind, the hustle, right? Or doing work that you love, you're good at, but you're not living your passion. You're not doing the things that you really want to do with your highest level skills. Are we clear? Is that you? All right. And if that is you, I want you to understand you have a responsibility to show up for yourself and for your dream. And I call it, number one, being fully expressed. Imagine going through your life and never really doing what you set out to do for yourself and with your life. I want you to think about this for a second. I'm not talking about the productive work that you do professionally that you're really amazing at. I'm talking about that niche piece of it, the part that you love the most, that you're like, I would be really amazing if I could just do this piece in my own business, but you've never started it, right? Or you've never launched it big, or you know what I mean? Or you plan too small because your models are too small. I want you to think outside of the box tonight. And I really want you to think, what is it like to be fully expressed? To me, it means that I could have easily said mom coaching, just like that guy said to me, would not work, that no one would ever allow me to step into what I was already doing really well, and what tons of women in my world were asking me for about my own life, right? Which is a reflection or the echo of my gift. I could have easily just said, I'm just too busy. I'm just too busy. But because I made time for myself, I made time for my dream, I got to live my dream. You understand what I'm saying? I got to step inside the dream. And I really want to see more women who are going to be brave for themselves enough to step inside their dream and not use I'm busy, or I don't have enough time, or my kids have all of these activities. Your kid's going to have activities forever. Like my kids are all 3 years apart, right? And I think about this. If I were just waiting for the right time, oh my gosh. Okay. Listen, I would have to wait. I would easily have to wait another 5 years because I've got one that's not even in college, right? Yet. So you have to make that decision now to show up for yourself, to live your life on purpose. And then the second thing that I want you to think about, even beyond being fully expressed, meaning doing what you love and understanding you have a right to do that, is how selfish it is to not be all of who you are. And when you're not, your family doesn't really get to know you. Imagine that your kids never really know what you're really amazing at. Imagine that your kids never see that joy and that sense of passion and purpose, because what you're doing currently, you like it, you love it, but it's not the thing that it gets you stoked, and you haven't stepped into that version. So your kids never get to experience that from you. Your family or your friends never get to experience and get to know that girl. And I can tell you that there's something about dancing on the edge of my dreams that I think it's just pretty cool. I love just saying to myself, like, this is what I see for myself next year or in 2 years, and working, my tail off to manifest that dream, and the level of satisfaction that comes from doing the thing that's intentionally designed, like the thing I really wanted to do. I work with so many women who are believers, except when it comes to themselves. Okay, listen, I already know. I told you I was going to step on some toes. They're believers, except when it comes to themselves. When it comes to themselves, they talk themselves out of moving to their next level because they don't have the time, they don't have the resources, they don't have the energy, but yet they can believe bigger for every single person in their family. And I'm just saying that, like, maybe you have to lead from the front. There's something really amazing to me. I have 3 kids, about me being able to share with them watching mom rock out her life, watching mom, write her books, or watching mom live her dream, watching mom step into the highest and next version of herself. There's something powerful about me talking to them about the dream, and them watching how I've manifested that dream by believing in myself. How can I tell my kids to do something that I'm not willing to do myself? And ultimately, our kids will take the examples of either our fear or our fearlessness, and they'll put those things to work, because those will be the only tools that we've equipped them with. And I know. Listen, I'm swinging tonight. My only goal is to shake your shoulders. And you guys hearing me on this? And if you're hearing me, I want you to write, like, I hear you, right? And I hope you hear it here, because the reality is that you are talented. And the reality is that you can do this. And you are going to have to make time for yourself. And no, no one's going to grant you permission or tell you it's the perfect time or anything. You're going to have to make that time for yourself. I watch women all the time who've made the decision, my clients, for themselves, and they've changed their lives, and their life has become unrecognizable because of the choices that they've made. Your life doesn't change because you think of a great idea. Your life changes because you act on the things that you think about. And most of us talk ourselves out of what we want. And I always say, your words influence your thought life, your thoughts influence your feelings, and your feelings influence your actions. Words, thoughts, feelings, actions. So when you are talking about yourself, when you're talking about your dreams, what are you saying? Okay. Are you talking about how you are more than a conqueror? And as a result of that, you are leaning into the thing that you see, the vision that you have, the thing that's on your vision board or on your goal sheet? Are you leaning into that? Or are you leaning away and saying, I just don't have the time? And I can tell you this, that whatever you ask for, whatever your beliefs are, you'll get exactly what you want. The greatest litmus test in life is what you say. And if you say, I'm too busy, then you need to ask yourself, if you back those statement, those words up, if that's exactly what I want. Is that exactly what I want? I'm too busy. That's exactly what I want. If it's not what you want, don't say it. All right. Start leaning into what possibility looks like. How can I create the time? If there was time for me to do what I love to do, what's the least amount of time that I could put in with the highest level of result? See, when I got started in my business, I didn't have a whole lot of time. My kids were all young. Okay. I'm trying to think now. Okay. I think Matthew was 4, 3, or 2. Okay. Wait. Okay. 20 years. Matthew was 2. Matthew was 2, which means that my daughter was 5 and means my son was 8, something like that. Okay. And I was busy. I mean, I had, three kids, busy. And, but I decided to build my business initially 3 to 5 hours a week. And I was like, I could show up 3 to 5 hours for myself to change my life. And I'm so grateful that I was consistent and persistent for myself. We're talking today very simply about you showing up for yourself, you understanding that living intentionally, living your life on purpose and opposed to by default. And for many of us, we get so used to the grind. We get so used to work and carpool and dropping the kids off and getting dinner ready and everything that comes on the weekends because we didn't have time to do it during the week, that we begin to build a life not intentionally. It's literally by default. And it's a life that we accept. And you know that there's more for you. But a lot of times we feel just too tired to step into what that next version of that life looks like. And I'm going to tell you, ever want to be exhausted? Try not doing what you love to do. Try sustaining that forever. And if you're thinking about what I'm saying right now and you're like, man, like I hear what you're saying, Mia, and I am always tired. You're probably tired because you don't have something that ignites your fire. I mean, I get to do what I love to do. So when I sit down to create new content or work on my new book, I'm working on a new book, work on my new book or new curriculum for my clients or coaching my clients, it's like, it's all a win for me. It so stokes me because I'm doing what I love to do. When I watch these women change their lives by stepping into the highest and next version of their dreams, it's exciting for me. There's no part of that makes me tired. And so if you've got a life that you are just literally, it makes you tired. All right. And if you're tired of being on the wheel, that hamster wheel of work, home, carpooling, pick the kids up, make dinner, you know what I mean? And meet your friends out occasionally, every now and then again, right? And you're just fitting stuff in your life, dating your spouse here or there, but there's nothing in your life that's exciting you, that's stoking you, right? It's time to change. We're talking about living your life intentionally. Are you guys getting this? Are you getting value from what I'm sharing? And if you're getting value, I want you to write, I'm getting value. I always like to make sure on these lives that you get it, like, because it's not just about it's not just about working all the time, and it's not just about making money all the time. The reason that work is great is if you love what you do. If there's a part of you in the work that you're doing, if you feel fully expressed, and that'll allow you to feel fully alive. The reason that life is great is when we get to share all of ourselves with the people that we love. And you can't share yourself with anyone if you don't know yourself. And how do you know yourself if you're not stepping into the highest and next version of what is next for you? I'm asking. Okay, it's a question, and it's a legitimate question. You know that you're not living your best life if your best life fatigues you emotionally. You know what I'm talking about. Financially, emotionally, socially. You can't, you don't feel that you're growing as a being. All right, then you know that you've outgrown the life that you designed, and it's time to create a new version of what that is. And for those of you who have said, like, maybe you're like me, I know what I want to do, but I don't know how to do it. Okay. Because that's real. Okay. I know what I want to do, but I don't know how to do it. Like, how do I take all of my, my graduate education or my professional background, all these years of experience? How do I take all of this yumminess, that's me, and easily put this in a structure that it called the business? How do I do that? Where do I start with that? And, I'm going to just say this to you, and I'll be very direct. You guys have followed me forever. I've coached thousands of women around this idea of showing up and building a business around their life. I've showed them how to do it in a way that's based on a high ticket models. That's the only thing that I know how to teach them. I've showed them how to do it with high level integrity and authenticity, being themselves, how to charge what they are worth, how to leverage their intellect at the highest level. If you don't know how to do that, and you hear my lives over and over again, and you don't make a decision to, work with me, and you don't have to, it's your choice. Shame on you. Okay. You got to make the time. Like, you got to make the time. We've got the Giant Experience Master Training live event that's coming in Baltimore, June 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. You got to make that time. And you can't say, I didn't know. Like, listen, you have to make that time for yourself to know what you need to know. And you have to make that investment in yourself because you are worth it. I know for me, when I think about all the investments that I've had over the years, all the coaches and mentors that I've had over the years, and I've always invested high ticket in myself. I didn't know, but I was not going to be stuck on the no. The no was not going to be it wasn't going to be my excuse or my reason why I didn't move forward in my life. I knew for myself that I had to figure out the how, and I did, and I mastered it for myself. And I've taught other women who've got themselves free, who live their life on purpose, intentionally, who do what they absolutely love to do. And no, like, I know a lot of times when we have this conversation around you stepping up for yourself, you making a high level investment in yourself, it becomes this whole laundry list of excuses, which I can tell you right now, I'm not here for that. You have to not make excuses for your unhappiness. The things that make you tired or fatigued or unhappy or not being all of who you are, that's the reason that you have got to go deep for yourself. And I know for me, that's what I've always said, like, the things that I know I can do and I don't know how to do, I'm not going to just sit in a room and say, well, that's just too hard. I'm going to ask myself some different questions and say, how can I make this as easy as possible? I'm going to post here the link for the Giant Experience, just spell it right, .com master training live in Baltimore. And I'll post the link here. Okay, that's the link right there. You guys can take a picture of it with your phones. But it is really an incredible masterclass if you're looking for answers, right? If over the course of 3 days, you want to understand how to take your knowledge and put it in a structure, and how to use all of your years of experience as maybe as a coach or consultant or trainer, online educator, or maybe you want to license your content. If you want to understand how to price and stop undervaluing what you're doing, course correct the pieces that didn't work, and you want to understand how you could do it, come to the event. It's a learn and do event. You'll learn, you'll do, you'll learn, you'll do, you'll learn, you'll do, like that. So, and if you want to understand how to take your background and market properly in real simple ways, I'll show you that. If you want to know how to sell and you don't know how to sell online, maybe you're amazing at what you do, but you don't know how to close clients or where to close them or how to attract the right leads, buyers, come to the Giant Experience and I'll teach you that. And if you sign up within the next week, then you get $1,000 off, right? So I just posted that link there. The live tonight is all about you learning to show up for yourself authentically, and understanding that like living your life on purpose is not some kind of bonus that you get for struggling in your life. You can make a decision today that I'm going to do something that's going to move the needle in my life forward so that I show up for myself. So I show up for my dreams, that I stop making excuses about the things that matter the most to me, that I stop putting those things on the back burner, that I stop making everybody else's needs more important than my own. Because how am I modeling for anyone, you know what I mean, what strong is, right? Like if strong is like, is strong really like being there for everyone else and being weak for yourself? I don't think that's what strong is. I think what makes me strong is me being able to take care of who I am emotionally, right? And allowing me to have a fulfilled life. And as a result of that, it makes my life better. It allows me to be happier, have greater joy. There's nothing strong about tired. And for those of you who are building a life that you're like, man, like I'm gonna have to do this for the next 10 years or retire in the next 15 years or whatever it is. And it's just not what you thought. It's time to reframe. You've got all this experience. Let's change your model. Show up for yourself. Be giant for yourself. And stop looking for the band-aids and decide for yourself that you'll invest in yourself for a full solution, because the only way you're going to get an answer is going to be a full solution, and you deserve it. I want to open the floor for any questions or comments that you might have for me. Okay. Did this live support you tonight? I sure hope so. My only goal was to support you in understanding like you are so worth it. And, you know, I don't care what the title is. I don't care what your salary is. But if you're trading time for dollars and you're exhausted each and every day and you can't see straight, you know, for what it is that you want. If I asked you right now, tell me 3 things that you love to do and you can't think of the last time you've done them, then it's time to rework your models. It's time for you to show up for yourself, right? And if you're not already like in community with people, your own ambition level and above, that have renegotiated the way that they work and earn, it's time to have some different examples. Sometimes we're in what I call toxic cultures of friendships or workships, right? You have friends or coworkers that the only way they know to work is one way. There's a better way. There is a better way. And even if you do not know it, you need to get around people that do understand that, who are living that, who can demonstrate that they are living that. You know, when I do my lives, you guys all see me. I'm at home, right? You see me. I'm at home. I'm in my office, and that's it. All right, or wherever I'm traveling, right? And my goal is always to share with you the truth. I'm not telling you that that I built this business based on freedom and I'm not free and I'm working all day in a full-time job and then I'm telling people I'm going to coach you and get you free. I'm not doing that. I am sharing with you my journey. And if you checked out my YouTube page, you can see, you know, I always say all the hairdos, right? Like, I like this hairdo though. Okay, all the hairdos. You can see how I built the business over time. And you can see all the impact that we created. Not only me changing my life, but also transferring what I know to other women. But you got to show up for yourself. You're going to be courageous for yourself. I'm not going to knock on your door and say, hey, it's time. You have to make that time. You have to proactively go and invest in yourself and seek the solution. For me, that's what I did. And the reality is, if I wanted to show up for myself, live a life and be fully expressed, how was I going to do that? And I was afraid to invest in myself several thousands of dollars to step into my next level. The truth of the matter is, you're worth it. You know, God knows, when I think about all tuition payments, like, which are never ending, by the way, Okay, I digress. Okay, but tuition payments, right, which are never, ever, ever ending. Okay, yeah, they will end eventually. I think eventually my kids will not be in school, but I'm thinking since my kids were 4, they were all in independent schools. And for the most part, the majority of their education, we spent over $1 million just in elementary, middle, and high school, literally. Okay, we won't even discuss college. My oldest son got full rides. So very little did I have to invest. My daughter, my investment is like 65 grand a year, like literally. Okay. And meanwhile, my youngest son is still in high school with a tuition of over $20,000. It's like $85,000 a year, just tuition. All right. I say this to you because I know my story is your story. I'm talking tuition. You've got children maybe in college, or maybe you want to put your kids in independent schools or whatever it is. You need to create options for yourself so that you can live life on your own terms. That's not necessarily something that everybody wants, but if you do want to afford independent education for yourself, you need to be able to afford things for you. Right? You need to make sure that you have an ability with your skill set to be able to do what you want to do with for whoever you want to do it for. Are we clear? All right. I asked if you had any ahas or takeaways, and here's a takeaway. My takeaway was to lean into the possibilities. If I have time for everyone else, then I have time for myself. Right? Like, come on. Like your family, they're the benefactors of your growth. Are you guys like? Are you hearing me on this? Your family, they benefit from your growth. Your family, they benefit from your investments or lack thereof. If you're not investing, they get that too. Okay. But as a result of the investments that I've made in myself, I've been able to be an example to my children of what it's like to be fearless and brave for my own dream. What it's like to see faith in action, not mom talking about what she's going to do, but mom doing what she said she was going to do. And they get to step in it and see it and smell it and really for themselves, it grows them. So I just wanted to have this conversation with you from my heart to yours. And are there any questions, any comments, any other ahas or takeaways that you have for me? Because I'm happy to answer any of those for you today. And my only goal is to support more women with saying yes to themselves. I want to invite you to the Giant Experience Master Training if you want to understand how to package your knowledge into a high ticket product on or offline. And it is really only for a woman who is in a place where she's ready to absolutely say yes to herself and step into her next version of of her life, right? Living her dream, being fully expressed, having these gifts and talents inside of you, and then getting them out and putting them in a structure to create impact in the world. What good is a gift that you don't use? How can you create impact just telling people about the same thing over and over again? And it's so amazing also because a lot of times when we've coached ourselves over the years, sometimes we coach ourselves in a way that we don't know what we need and we make things harder than they need to be. And there's a lot of value in understanding the step by step, the things that you do not know. Okay. The things that you do not know how to do. There's a lot of value in understanding for yourself how to step into that highest and next version for yourself. And I hope that there's something I said that really supports you in being high and tall for yourself. And let me, I'm going to share my screen. If you have any questions for me, just type them here. But I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to show you the page for the Giant Experience Master Training. Okay. And 1 second. And I think you should be able to see it. Let me just check on my end to make sure that you can see it. Okay, perfect. All right, so the Giant Experience Master Training is my live event. It's going to be held June 2nd, 3rd, and 4th this year in Baltimore. It's a live event. It's the first live event that I've decided to host since pre-COVID, right? So I've always hosted events for 13 years straight, and then COVID I did not, obviously. And this is my first live event. I'm going to show you how to build a six-figure business in just 3 days. And that's my guarantee. And at the mastermind, you're going to learn from me. I've been doing this for 20 years. I explained in the beginning how, look, I built this business from scratch and based on leveraging my soft skills. And I know how to take your knowledge and help you to package in many different ways into high ticket products on or offline. And you'll get to network with people your own ambition level and above, like women that really want it, not women who want to whine, because I don't really attract those women. And you're going to gain practical strategies on packaging, pricing, positioning, finding buyers. Now, I have had a significant media experience, and this is just a sampling of many places where my thought leadership has been featured. And so a lot of my clients want to also know how to get media, and I show them. Now, I'm not one of these people that I'm telling you that I got all this media experience and I can't show you an article. I can't show you a clip. I actually was on TV and have done hundreds of clips, and I can show you exactly what I've done throughout the years. Now, if any of this sounds familiar to you, the Giant Experience Master Training is for you. One, if you are a professional woman and you're brilliant and you have exceptional skills and expertise, you have an ability to create results for others, the event's for you. And if you are already earning well, but you are tired of trading time for dollars, you want to restructure your work-life flow, it's for you. And if you want to learn how to use your knowledge one-to-many, and you want to create impact, not working a whole lot more hours, but doing it with ease and grace, not hustle and grind, it's for you. And if you've already accomplished incredible results in your current profession and you can do more with your expertise, it's for you. You just need some ideas on, well, how can I leverage this? What are the best platforms for me? How best can I monetize? It's for you. And you don't know where to begin with putting your knowledge into a monetizable structure, it's for you. So you need some models, some money models. Now, and if you only want to work with someone with proven results to guide you with valuable implementable strategies, to me, that's really important. Why would you want to make an investment not in what you need? Invest in a full solution and invest with someone who has the ability to show you that they have worked with hundreds, thousands of other people who created amazing results. If someone's great at what they do, they have old proof and they have new proof, and they can demonstrate that. Now, for me, you guys know my story. I had a rewarding career, but I was tired. And the reality is that work was draining me, and maybe it's draining you. And I couldn't keep up with the rush. I didn't want to have to choose between career and family. I didn't have time for myself to do what I wanted to do. And I grew resentful of my work. And I knew there was a better way for me to use my skills and my talents in a more fulfilling and rewarding way. I wanted to be fully expressed, just like I was talking to you about a minute ago. And, the reality is that I knew that I wanted to take what I knew how to do and leverage it, package it, learn how to price it, position it, and pitch it. And that's exactly what I did over the years. I mean, as a corporate trainer, I know how to take knowledge and put it in many, many different types of structures that are high value. And that's what I do for my clients. And whether that's coaching or in consulting. And, I've created a business that's time rich. I don't trade time for dollars. I work with people that I absolutely love doing what I love to do. And all of my clients sell what they have as their premium product between $2,500 and $150,000 per client service. And so they do what they love to do. So the Giant Experience Master Training live in Baltimore is going to help you hit six figures with what you know. It's going to show you how to package what you do. And what's included is pretty cool. Day one is all about positioning yourself as an expert. I'm going to show you how to package your gifts and your talents, how to create your premium offers, how to rework those offers. Sometimes you already have an offer and you want to go to that next level. It's going to also show you how to craft a high ticket product, service step by step in real time. And it's going to set you up to sell what you have for six figures or more. And then you're going to also learn how to create a business that's time rich. So without trading time for dollars. All right. And this is going to be great for those of you who are consultants or work on retainer, or who are talking to clients, in order for you to deliver a service, it's going to be really helpful. Day 2 is all about strategizing your marketing to sell and close. And you're going to learn how to create valuable leads and qualifying magnets that are only going to attract your high-end clients. So I will not teach you how to do challenges, okay? I'm not going to teach you how to waste your time. I'm going to show you the most effective ways to get in front of a person who's ready to make a decision. And I that's the least I could do, is to teach you how to build magnets that way. Okay. I'm not going to have you going to somebody's inbox and writing them. I'm not going to have you, going to somebody's group and posting messages. It's not what I teach at all. We do simple ways to get directly in front of your ideal clients. And then you're going to learn how to establish authority in your industry. So competition is irrelevant. And I know that there are tons of people out there who think they're competing with you, but you can't compete with authenticity, and you cannot compete with results. And at the end of the day, when I show you the best way to position your business forward, you will never think about Google searching what anybody else is doing ever again in your entire existence. And then you're going to also learn from my seamless client panel strategy on how to get feedback to help you improve your messaging. That's very important, because you want to make sure you're always communicating directly with your audience. And I'm going to show you exactly the best ways to be able to do that. It's what I've done over the years. And day 3, you're going to learn all about building your business and leveraging with leverage systems. So you're going to understand the essentials for creating a business that's centered around your lifestyle. And that, to me, is really important. It's the fundamental question for starting a business. I mean, you're not starting a business to make it look like your job. All right. You already know you want to get out of it. So let's create different models that really do work. It's how I love to work. You're going to learn how to embrace efficiency, working only with top-notch support and the right tools to eliminate overhiring. And that's really important in today's time. A lot of the people that I work with, you're busy, and we need to know how can you compound your time so you can still get things done, but you're not dealing with a whole lot of complicated tools. You're not dealing with a lot of team members who may or may not have the skill sets that you need, or they're just faking time, right? And then you're going to understand the importance of cybersecurity, copyrights, and intellectual property to protect your ideas from the fake and the fraudulent. And yes, they're there. It's so important for you to understand what your rights are. And, one of the things that I'll run through and have one of my experts share with you guys are, the best ways to report and document a stream of offenses online so that you can report them to the FBI. Most people don't know, as it relates to cybercrime, what their options are. There are tons. And when you see what people are doing, sometimes we're too reactive. You just got to play it cool and document everything, and then send those reports over to the FBI so that they can support you in the process of whatever's happened. All right. And I'll teach you exactly the process for doing that. But that's not all. I'm also including some really amazing bonuses. And one, you're going to get, I offer the Giant Experience Master Training online. And it's a foundations course. It's amazing. Hundreds of people have come through it. Many have hit 6 figures, and it sells for $24.97. I am bonusing you that foundation course. And I'm not sure that I'm going to keep that beyond this bonus week, because the event in and of itself is worth the price. But I've bonused you a course that I sell for $24.97 when you sign up today. And you're going to get 3 hours of group pre-coaching before the live event. I want to make sure you're ready for the live event to implement. It is a learn and do event. So you're going to get a 3-hour group coaching session, and I'm going to make sure you're ready. And you're going to get the workbooks, the templates, the business tools, the sales scripting, a pitch, and a live stream structure development. That's going to really help you if you want to go online in ways that are really authentic. I have over 7,000 lives, and we all start from one live. Okay. So, I always get people say, Mia, you're good at doing lives. They're like, let me explain this to you. It started with one live, and I'm going to show you a structure that will work for you also. And I'm going to bonus you a course that I'm going to teach virtually, which is the 6-figure business model virtual class. My goal here is to help you when you come to the event to hit six figures this year. I want more clients to hit six figures and beyond with their ideas, whether it is a year or whether it is 6-figure plus months, doesn't matter to me, but I know you have everything in you to renegotiate the way that you earn. And the total value of the package is $18,485 if you bought these things individually. There's a one-time investment of $4,997 when you sign up today, or you can do a payment plan. So it's 3 payments of $2,000 every 30 days for a total of 3 months, right? So total of $6,000. So you've got 5 more days to save your spot and get these bonuses, and you'll save $1,000. When these 5 days end, okay, I am going to increase the price $1,000 for an event like this. It is a master training, and so it'll be $5,997, no exceptions. And so the reality is that you have an opportunity to save now by being an early adapter and getting all of these bonuses as well. All right. So, and these are just results from my members, and literally this will work for you no matter what profession: doctor, consultant, course creator, author, speaker, influencer, chef, trainer, coach, you name it, I can help you. And if you need to see evidence of other women that I've supported, check out our 4-hour reel of proven results, right? So we obviously have more testimonies than this, but around the Giant Experience Master Training, I thought it would be helpful for you to be able to just listen to what people say. Got 4 hours, just listen, okay? And I want you to be thinking this way: who else is giving you 4 hours of testimonials? Ask yourself that. All right, so I think that's super important. I wanted to share with you from my heart the Giant Experience Master Training. I did post it here. That's the link. Sign up today, okay? In the post, you're gonna come. You'll figure it out, and you're gonna come to Baltimore, and you'll book your hotel, and we're gonna have an amazing time. It's 9 to 5 each of the days. Friday 9 to 5, Saturday 9 to 5, and then on Sunday we end at 3 o'clock. And I'm super excited. There's a reception on Friday night, which will be amazing, and lunch is provided every day. So all of your needs will be taken care of at the Giant Experience Master Training live in Baltimore. And I'm sure that many of you are equally familiar with the virtual event, which I still run for those of you who don't want to travel, but I'm now doing one live in Baltimore, June 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Are there any questions? Are there any comments? Are you all as excited as I am? Okay, I always say, I am so excited, because I am. I'm excited to support those of you who are ready, and you want to live your life on purpose, and you're ready to step into that next level, and you say yes, and then you figure it out. You say yes, you book your ticket, and you'll find the sitters. You say yes, right? And then you just step into that version for yourself and make that commitment, and it will change your life. And I'm excited to have the opportunity in some small way to shake your shoulders tonight to get you to choose yourself. Any final questions, comments, thoughts? If you're watching the replay, I want to see your questions. Also, post them here. I'm happy to answer any of them. And I'm excited to see you in June 2nd, 3rd, and 4th at the Giant Experience Master Training. I want to give you a minute. Any final questions? Did you guys get value today? Did you get value, or did you get value? I'm Mia Redrick, business and life consultant. And my only goal is to see more women show up for themselves, be brave for themselves, stop making excuses or settling for a good life when you could really be curating a great one. And it doesn't mean that, sometimes we have everything we need, but it's just not as easy as we want it to be. My mantra is, I want to build a life with better ease and grace, not hustle and grind. Hustle and grind is something that we do for periods of our lives, but I never wanted hustle and grind to be my lifestyle. And I think so many people have made hustle and grind their lifestyle. And if you're ready to change that, all right, come on. All right. I just said, come on. All right. So, okay. It doesn't look like there are any questions. I just looked around, and I'm so excited to have had the opportunity to share with you tonight. And I hope that there's something you heard that you'll be able to take and use as a treasure that will change your life. All right. I love you. And I look forward to seeing your registration inside the Giant Experience Master Training, or see you next week. Talk to you soon.